Hello students, in my last class I told you about asexual reproduction wherein only one individual is involved, only one parent is involved, either the male or the female. Fission, in which the parent divides into two pieces or more than two pieces, or what we call as daughter cells. If the parent divides into two daughter cells, we call it as binary fission. If the parent cell divides into more than two pieces or parts, we call it as multiple fission. Budding, forming an outgrowth on the body of the parent, which grows into an adult and gets separated from the body of the parent. Fragmentation, which takes place in multicellular filamentous algae. Multicellular filamentous algae. The alga breaks into a number of pieces and each piece grows into a new organism, like this Spirogyra, right? Now regeneration. Regeneration means what? Growing the parts again. Growing the parts of the body again. Say for example, the house lizard or the wall lizard that we call. If the tail of that lizard is cut accidentally or intentionally, suppose you stamp on the tail of the lizard, it will cut its tail and go away. It will leave its tail. After it goes away, the tail will waggle for some time and then become shant, silent, right? And after a few days, the tail of that wall lizard is again grown. So growing again of the tail is regeneration. Say starfish. Has 5 arms, is it not? If one of the arms of this starfish is cut, or suppose its enemy or the predator, what we call, catches hold of one arm of the starfish will detach itself or cut this arm and swim away to escape from its enemy. After some days, again this arm is regrown, reproduced. It will produce once again. It will produce once again the lost arm. This process of growing the lost or cut parts, growing lost or cut parts of the body is called regeneration. The best example for regeneration we give is planaria, a small independent organism which we call as a platyhelminthus, a flatworm. It's a type of flatworm. This is the best example for regeneration. If you cut it into 5 pieces, if the planaria is cut into 5 pieces, each piece will develop into a new organism. See, in our body also, we have this ability only to a limited extent. There is only one organ which can regenerate in our body, the liver. Only the liver has the ability or the power to regenerate. Okay? Now, spore formation. What is spore formation? Some multicellular the fungi, some fungi have another way of reproducing. They form microscopic structures, a large number of microscopic structures called as spores. These spores are produced in structures called sporangia. The club-like structures are there. They are club-like structures like this. Suppose this is a bread slice. on this bread slice, if these spores fall, they will generate into new organisms. They will develop into new organisms. These structures are called sporangia. These structures are called sporangia. Usually they form spores during the unfavorable conditions, and this sporangia burst open and release all the spores into the surroundings. So here also there may be spores. If the spores get a nutrient medium, a moist nutrient medium like a bread slice or a roti or chapati or anything like that, a bread slice, they will grow into fungi. Suppose you keep a half-cut lemon opened to the moist atmosphere for 3 or 4 days, fungus will grow. This is called as bread mold. We call it as bread mold or rhizopus. Rhizopus or bread mold, right? This is another way of growing new organisms by asexual reproduction. Now lastly, vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? Growing of new plants from the non-reproductive parts of the plant. What do you mean by that? The reproductive part of any plant is the flower. Is the flower. If the new plant is formed without the help of the flower, this is the reproductive part. Without the help of the flower, if you can grow new plants, we call it as vegetative propagation. Means parts like roots, stems or leaves. Growing new parts, new plants from parts like roots, stems or leaves. Say for example, we have potato. We have potato eyes. These are called eyes, potato eyes, right? If this part is cut and placed in moist soil for a few days, it will start growing into a new plant. Or onion. This is onion. This part, if this part which you call as bulb of onion, we call this as bulb of onion. If this part is cut, only this part is cut and placed in the soil, after a few days it will grow into a new onion plant. Similarly, we have ginger or we have turmeric. All these can grow into new plants. Only the parts of ginger, parts of turmeric, part of onion or potato is which you call potato tuber we call, right? You can grow new plants from these parts. Similarly, you can grow new plant from a stem cutting of a rose plant, even a rose plant, or the simplest one, that is money plant. Stem of money plant or stem of a rose plant. You cut a small thick part of rose stem and put it in the soil, that is a flower pot or even the soil, and water it. After a few days, it will start sprouting, means growing, germinating. Leaf buds will start growing from the stem cutting. Similarly, you can grow say money plant. Money plant goes as a climber, is it not? take a small cutting of money plant, place it in soil or even in water, it grows into a new money plant. Like that, sugar cane also. So many plants can be grown from the parts of a plant other than flower. This we call vegetative propagation. Right? Advantage of this vegetative propagation is that the plants grow faster by this method. But the disadvantage of vegetative propagation is that they do not develop any variations because they are getting DNA from only one plant. There will be only same DNA copying, same DNA. So same characteristics which it has come from. So no variations are brought in vegetative propagation. But it is very advantageous for growing plants from non-seeding plants. It is useful for growing non-seeding plants, or what we call it as non-seed bearing plants. We can call it as non-seed bearing plants. This part is very useful in growing non-seed bearing plants from the different parts of the plant. There is one more example, that is bryophyllum. Here leaf buds are formed on the margin of the leaf. Right? You can grow so many are here. You can grow this. See here. These we call as leaf buds. These leaf buds fall to the ground and grow into new plants. Right? This is an example of vegetative propagation. So, fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, spore formation, and vegetative propagation. Okay, in which you can grow new plants without the help of two parents, two individuals. Only one parent is involved. This is called asexual reproduction. In my next video, I will tell you about sexual reproduction, which is very important for continuing the generations, right? Because it brings about variations, right? Till then, keep reading, share and subscribe if you like my videos, right? Thank you.